Welcome back. This weekend, the D.C. Superior Court is celebrating its 30th annual Adoption Day event. More than 20 children will be formally adopted at this event, and they will go home with a loving family. And here to tell us more about this event and how D.C. Superior Court continues to support children in need is the Honorable Judge Carol Ann Dalton. Welcome, Judge Dalton. Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you.
So 30 years of doing this. This is amazing. And it's coming up this Saturday morning. Tell us a little bit about Adoption Day.
Okay, so it's 10 to 12. Every year it's the Saturday before Thanksgiving, so we can create families to celebrate on Thanksgiving. So we have live adoptions. We have 29 children. And we're very excited. Over the years we've had children that are older as well, so we have a 16-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old. We have multi-handicapped children, and there's live celebration, but we also invite people who want to come and see Adoption Day and know that there's 86 children currently in foster care that need to be adopted.
So the need is great,
yes.
And you get to see that firsthand.
Yes, so I'd like to say it's 10 to 12 at the courthouse. Come on down.
Oh, wow. And you have a special guest, a comedian?
We do. We have Kim Whitley, comedian and actress, who has had her own show on Oprah about herself, but she's also adopted, and since it was our 30th Adoption Day, we're excited to have her. She's coming from Los Angeles.
It'd be great to hear her share her personal story.
It will. She has a great
with
story.
The crowd. Good. Now, as the judge over 25 years of doing this, you actually signed the final adoption papers. Is that right?
I, along with a number of judges, signed the final decree.
Wow.
As the child comes up on the stage. It's very exciting.
You've done that many times before. What goes through your head and your mind as you see these child successfully matched with a loving family?
It's a happy, tearful event to see the child and to hear the child's story, and we give the child a story that our hostess announces. What goes through my mind is we've seen them come in and out of foster care, and today they're with a forever family, and so it's just a wonderful moment. It's one of the best days at the courthouse, and if anyone is considering adopting, call 202-671-LOVE. Or come on down.
Wow, warms your heart, right?
It does. It warms my heart.
Is it easy or difficult to find loving families?
I think we've gotten the agency, Child and Family Services, and the court working together. We've gotten, we're happy to have more foster parents because we do have 86 children, but we are finding homes for all kinds of children. And I'd like to say that anyone can adopt, almost anyone can adopt, passing clearances, but we have single, gay, married. It doesn't require a lot of money. DC is very supportive of adoptive families. The Child and Family Services offers all kinds of services.
Wow. Is there a lot of red tape?
Well, there's not a lot of red tape. I mean, in foster care, you know, you have to have criminal clearances, et cetera, but it's not what it used to be. We've tried to make it much easier to adopt.
That's good to hear, yeah.
And we have photos of 86 children that you can come to the courthouse and see the children that are looking for homes.
But it is your duty to make sure that you're sending the child into a safe environment.
It has to be a safe environment.
Are there follow-up checks after you match parents with children?
There are follow-up checks, and because it's our 30th Adoption Day, we have children that have been adopted over the past 30 years. We have pictures of them. They're coming down. We see their careers. We have an attorney who practices at the courthouse who's coming back after 30 years.
We would love to hear if you could share with us any personal stories of children maybe in a hardship situation who have found a family, or an adoptive parent who's, you know, tried to have maybe their own children for years and they finally have a child of their own.
Well, I have a very good friend who's a judge who adopted her daughter 16 years ago, and she's now in a great school, and she talks about how drastically her life has changed. Our press person, Ms. Gerwitz, adopted a teenager who's doing very well, went to college, and so there's stories of multi-handicapped children that find homes. There's, we have adoptive parents that are adopting and have adopted 4 children and then come back and adopt 2 more children. There's wonderful stories.
That sounds great. And you know, for you, I mean, you've seen a lot of hardship cases along the way too, I'm sure, right?
We have.
Yeah.
We've seen children. We had one child write a poem about how many foster homes he was in and how thankful he was for his judge and social worker to find him this permanent home.
And some cases of abuse and neglect too that must be just so difficult.
We do. We see children that have suffered a lot of abuse, but they end up, you know, once you find a loving family, it's amazing
They can
what
rebound.
love can do.
How do you personally process that and, you know, move forward?
I think we move forward when we see what happens on Adoption Day and we see the changes in the children who we've seen go through these problems and the love and we hear from the judges who have adopted and the social workers who have adopted how much it's changed their lives and not just the children's lives.
And you can focus on those happy endings. So let's put up that slide again and show everybody where to go on Saturday. It's the 30th annual DC Adoption Day, and it is this Saturday from 10 to noon. And you've got about 29 children, who will be adopted. It's at the Moultrie Courthouse. That's 500 Indiana Avenue Northwest, 3rd floor. And anybody can come.
And 202-671-LOVE.
That's perfect. Thanks so much for coming in today,
Thank
Judge
you.
Carol Ann Dalton with DC Superior Court.
Great to be here.
And we're back with more News Talk in just a minute.